Under very unfortunate circumstances, I'm actually doing this YouTube unlisted video. This is because it's been brought to my attention by some very cohort of kind people who have been coming to me in private and saying, Yasmin, are you aware that Ami is talking about you behind your back? And I now want to set the record straight, but also, Ami, whatever you're going through, I am officially asking you to stop the slander and the bullying, and not just that, many more. But here's the thing. I want to now present to you evidence and a couple of things straight up. The last time I had a conversation was via text, and that text, let me just check, because I've got all the evidence and I don't do things without receipts, all right? That text, all right, the last text I ever sent to you was on the 31st of July, okay, at, let's have a look, 11:32 a.m. and you blocked me. And I know you've blocked me because here is evidence, okay? I don't know if you guys can see, but here is, and I'm going to show this now, and this is the last text, okay? We're going to do this, all right? So let's go. Let's just see now. Okay, so, oops, that's not working. I know why. So let's sort this out, okay? So here it says, okay, hey Army, hope you are okay. So here is where I am at. Now, just bear with me while I take the cover off, because I've realised I need to take the cover off, okay? But in the meantime, while I'm taking the cover off, because I've never done this before, Army, where I've had to actually get hold of someone and say to them that what they're doing is so wrong. Oops, hang on a moment. Right, here we go. I've got to balance it. Right, good. Okay, so I've got to look there. All right, that's the camera spot. Okay, let's go again. I'm now going to show evidence of the last ever chat we had. All right, so here it is. Here it is. Sarah, and evidence you've blocked me. Okay, and I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to tell you, hey Army, hope you're okay. So here is where I'm at. Regrettably, I'm not okay, as you know, because I told you. And I'm sorry if this upsets you. I wanted a call weeks ago, but I'm afraid I might get triggered. And before you read this, know I send this with love, sadness, and these are my thoughts alone. Nobody has helped me write this, but I must alert you of how I feel. I'm really disappointed and upset. I've spent weeks biting my tongue and been worried that perhaps you are not who you claim to be, in that you are not someone who cares about me nor has my well-being in check. First issue I spotted was a few weeks ago. I saw you talk about me, my live, me. I saw it myself after it popped up on my FYP page. Just to clarify, what do I mean? I mean that I saw you suddenly pop up on my FYP page and you were talking about me. I was so shocked, all right? And I didn't like the way you were talking. First issue I spotted, I heard a good soul had commented about my bad news and the police, but you never made any private contact until someone wanted their number passed on to me via you. I also find it odd you are often now on my lives demanding attention, conversing in my space, but yet now many of my moderators are your moderators, and yet you never mention this. Who they moderate is up to them. That is not the problem. I love the fact I have helped you and meet good souls via my lives. I also co-hosted with you many times to help you be introduced. I do that, so that is not the issue here. And remain happy to do so for anyone who seeks support. What is the issue? Bear with me. Okay. What is the issue? Okay. It is how you join my lives and why. Watch my drama. I feel you use me for clout and chat to new followers I'm engaging with, spending time fostering. Then claim to want to be my friend. But last week I see you in my live call Kelp draconian after she remarked so because you had commented truffle mayonnaise being expensive. I saw this exchange while I was busy cooking with an open dangerous fire but held my tongue. It was also my daughter's birthday week and I didn't want any negativity. You must have forgotten that and also forgotten the hardship my daughter and I have been enduring. What struck me is this, that Kelp was your fellow moderator. Overreaction, Army, because you immediately went for her in my live for everyone to read. And by the way, if you were upset at Kel, why not stay silent and come to me? I also asked you to call me, but you did not. I have seen 2 missed calls which rang for a second and cut off. I assumed you called me by accident because you've never left a message nor asked me to call you. Out of this interaction, I feel you have since waged some form of personal vendetta on Kelb. I know because Kelb has also since told me what happened early Sunday morning, and I now have her permission to raise this with you. Seriously, what I've been told, I could not believe my ears and immediately told Kelb I would reach out to you to ask you for your version. Look, I don't want to keep going because my arm's aching, but I'm going to leave it. So everyone, I have nothing to hide because here's the thing, Army. People are going to find out that you actually ghosted me after I sent you this very, very lovely message. By the way, look at that. I'm not jumping to Kelb's defense. As I said to her, I want to hear from Army, but for me to handle such minutiae when I have bigger problems is stressful and not okay. And I do expect you to put right, wrong, done, if you wish to continue being connected to me. And finally, the length of this note shows how much I care enough to share and that my time is valuable. And yet I sat down first thing this morning before starting my day to explain where I'm at and to reach out. But I'm pretty exhausted and tired and going after big, bad, wicked people, and why I'm so disheartened, as I need every person in Yasmin's TikTok fan behind me, not against me. Thanks. And I sent you kisses, okay? Look at that. There's also, I look forward to hearing your thoughts in this matter, and of course anything I've done or Kelb has done to upset you, let me know. But you should come and chat it about this in private, as that's what TikTok friends do. Okay? Right? Look at this again. Look at that. I even made sure to arrange a meet-up in person with you. As I felt so bad, I want you to know that they're good. All of this, I want people to take their time. Okay. What I've now going to share is so disgusting. It's a disgrace. As a mother of 2 sons, as someone who is a survivor of domestic violence, the way you have been behaving, well, let's just see the evidence itself. Okay? So here we go. This is a recording on the 13th of August at 22:43 that was sent to me, and here you are. Just a moment. Alexa, stop! Don't know why Alexa was. Okay, so let's go. All right, are you ready for this? Hang on.
And I'm like a lawyer. When you lie, when you say things, I put 2 and 2 together, and I'm a very good investigator. I can find out about people, right? Anyway, so this person told me not to go to her live, and then a week after that, I didn't say anything, didn't go to her live.
I didn't say for you not to go to my live. I never said that. Unless I'm mistaken, can you show me evidence? I'm really confused.
Because I could see how rude she was being. She said, I'm looking for attention. I am looking to take her followers. No, I don't need it. And then she'll talk about plastic surgery, and she'll always say, oh, Amy knows about it.
Could you give me evidence of where I've shared it? Because if I remember, you actually, when I first met you months ago, did a post talking about plastic surgery. I then said to you, in the future, if ever I wanted to get it done, I know who to speak to. And you said yes. Since then, I don't recall any time I've ever mentioned. You see, I don't know what's going on with you, Army, but you're fabricating stuff. You're not telling the truth. But what's odd is your own content talks about your plastic surgery. So I'm confused when you want to talk about it and why you're now upset. But you can't be upset because I never even talked about your plastic surgery. Because a reminder, Army, when I do my lives, it's usually about me, my work, not you. I don't know if you're getting confused, all right?
Then she would, say, oh, I'm putting on weight. Well, you're putting on weight because you're always lying down and you eat at night lying in bed.
I don't ever recall coming and talking to you, asking you for your help. And secondly, why are you fat shaming me And thirdly, if I want to express any opinions about my body, I'm more than entitled to do so, because that's what TikTok is about. I think the other thing is, whether I lie in bed or not, you already know that I have a disability. So now you're also shaming disabled people because you were told. Why? Because you know I'm a survivor of PTSD. So therefore, the trauma headaches makes someone like me have to lie down to rest. Okay? But I can do a lot of things from my bed. So what? I'm very proud of it, Army. Really,
And
I
you
am.
don't do any exercise. That's why you're fat. That's why you're over. It's like I am very shocked.
Oh.
I am very shocked when it comes to that. I'm like a lawyer. When you
Oh,
lie,
hang on.
I can find out about that. I didn't say anything. Didn't go to her life because I could see how rude she was being. She said, "I'm."
Hang
So
on.
this person told me, I can find out. Very good investigator. I can find out about people. Right. Anyway.
But you did find out about people, didn't you, Army? Because the thing is, I think it was me blurring my lines and ditching the usual idiocy I have, whereas I see someone in need and they're really suffering and I throw away all my warning signs. I do have a text message from you because you're the one who announced and told me that my twin sister Jasmine Chowdhury was an advisor to the Metropolitan Police and was also vice chair of Gingerbread. Do you not remember that? Do we go to the messages now? Because you do realise that you began stalking my family without my permission, and then you came back and you told me. So let's see if we can find that text, because you also sent me, I believe, let's have a look. Here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, look. Here's evidence of me sending a video about my sexual assault, but you have all of this and yet you're still talking to me and slandering me. But where is it? Let's just have a look. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's have a look. Dear Army, what have you been up to? Hi Sarah, wonderful to connect. So sorry if you're connecting. I have been spinning laptops. What an impressive career you have. Here's to connecting and smashing those. As promised, here's the message she sent me. I never contacted her nor replied to this mail. I cannot view her profile anymore. But here's the thing, right? Yeah? You went on the LinkedIn and you were the one that day. On that day, you sent me that message. Okay. 23rd of June, announced to me, and I was already in shock, which then, by the way, has set a whole host of issues, okay? But this is the problem in today's world, because people collect receipts, and I don't know if you've absolutely forgotten, but let me see. Where is it? June. Right, let's have a look, because I have to do this, so I don't care. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the question will be asked is, how did you get that message from my sister Jasmine Chowdhury? Why would she have sent you a message? That's because you told me you went right at the beginning and you found out who my family members were. And I must say I was really shocked and alarmed. But nonetheless, let's just go through back to your...
This person told me not to go to her live, and then
hang on, let's just fast
looking
forward.
to take her followers.
No.
No, I don't need it. And then she would talk about plastic surgery, and she would always say, "Oh, Amy knows about it." Then she would, say, "Oh, I'm putting on weight." Well, you're putting on weight because you're always lying down, and you eat at night lying in bed, and you don't do any exercise. That's why you're fat. That's why you're over. It's like I am very sharp when it comes to that. I'm like a lawyer. When you lie,
So
when you say things.
that was the first. Sorry, that's why. Right, let's go on. Let's
Why
go
is there, she's a nice human being.
Am I?
And I'm just
Clearly
replying
not.
back to what she had to. I didn't say anything to her,
You did.
And I just wanted to keep it private because at the end of the
You
day,
didn't.
there's so many things, like I said, I disagree, but I respect her as a human being.
No, you don't.
But when she came.
How can you respect me when you've already called me fat? You're mocking me for lying down. You've also spread untruths, and you're also saying I'm a nice human being. Which is it? Because we're going to carry on listening. And by the way, since that date I sent you that text, I have never made contact, not been on your lives. I'm too busy. I'm too busy, Sarah, running my own business. Okay, but we'll come on to that. But your behavior is so shocking because it's spiraling out of control. Because let's continue hearing you.
With knives out, daggers out, and saying, didn't even think twice. Maybe I can say things to her. Oh, must dash. Oh, I'm so busy. No, you're not busy. All you do is you lie in bed. You sleep all day and stay up all night on TikTok. So that's your life, and you eat in bed. It's just, unless you're physically, you're unable, why are you? And then, oh, I'm over.
So lots of questions we've got to unpack here. So obviously you don't understand mental health. You don't understand invisible disability. I thought you did. That's why I let you into my inner circle on TikTok, okay? We're not friends. We've never been friends. You're just someone I met online who began to follow me, who I then began to help in terms of building your profile, and whom, once you got to 1,000, right, I would actually, because even before you got to 1,000, TikTok had a feature where I think anyone could come and talk to me, okay? But then after you got to 1,000, it was constantly, oh, Yasmin, go live with me, okay? And I was happy to do so, but let's just look at the way you are talking and behaving as a woman of colour. But you're also saying that apparently, how do I get work done? Well, this is the thing. You and I have led very different life experiences. I was trained in the city, Sarah, okay? With the greatest respect, I respect you. You're a makeup artist, yeah? I worked for IBM, I worked for Disney. I've worked in the city, as I explained, and they train you. So therefore, guess what? I've also been an executive assistant. I've had 3 careers. I'm a polymath. But I explained all of this. And the only reason I'm explaining it is because, in a way, I'm trying to hopefully, you're going to watch this video and a lot of things are going to be I'm forcing you to challenge some of your disgraceful, horrific anti-woman, anti-sisterhood platform that you have put yourself on. Because it's clear to me, and I've said to you at the beginning, because it's gone sour now because of that text message, because you were caught, and I'll come to that later, bullying others and being mean and nasty. And when I said to you in a very polite way, don't, because I am got zero tolerance on bullying, of course you're going to turn on me. But I've got a little surprise I want to share with you, because another thing is, I'll come to that in a bit, okay?
Wait, that's why you're overweight. Why are you telling people, oh, I want to have this surgery, oh, Amy knows all about it? What? Go to YouTube. You want to know about
What surgery? How many times have I mentioned it? I don't understand. What were you talking about, Sarah?
cosmetic surgery, procedures. Go to YouTube. It's all there. Go on Google. I'm not an expert. If I want to find out something, I don't need to ask anyone. I can find out about it.
If you're not an expert, then why were you doing content and telling and advising women? And in fact, why did you tell me, oh, Yasmin, if you need any help in the future about plastic surgery, you can always come to me? I'm really lost. I'm so confused, Sarah.
Unless someone is willing to tell me. Why are you... Do I look like I've had liposuction? I don't.
Right. So what this is now is, it took me a while to figure out why you seem to be so obsessed about this plastic surgery. And I know what you're doing here. You've got to understand that, Sarah, you haven't hurt me. I just feel really sad. I feel so terribly. This is so tragic. Because you've got to understand, I understand how women become toxic. And to some extent, this is a manifestation of patriarchy, of women's obsession, of being taught and brainwashed to actually worship men. So a reminder, you yourself have publicly stated that you are in a marriage which is extremely toxic. You have been violently beaten up, Okay, lots of bad things have happened, and I don't expect you to see me anymore in a friendly light. But here's what you're doing, which is very, very sinister. All right, your obsession with carving out the chunks around plastic surgery. Notice how you talk about liposuction. It's your very manipulative way of still attempting to body shame you, which is, oh, Yasmin needs liposuction. I, on the other hand, don't. I've had other things done, but I definitely is not liposuction, because what you're saying is, I have a body that doesn't need liposuction, but Yasmin does. And it goes back to Mean Girls, and, you know, girls running around in a playground saying, oh, look at her, she's fat, whatever, yeah? So just so you know that you are now publicly on record as calling me fat, mocking me for being disabled, claiming not to understand when you yourself have been told repeatedly, and you want someone new. You've been knowing for months everything that I've gone through. You know I'm a survivor of domestic violence. You know the horror I've gone through. You know what I'm dealing with. You also knew that the police, right? I've got all kinds of stuff, and you also knew I have a stalker. But this is how you chose to address me. Let's go to the next video.
It doesn't matter. But anyway, so stand by for who are you? Oh, you didn't call me only because when Kelb told me and so told you that no, I called you because you said you didn't have friends, and then I realized.
Let me repeat that, and I want to say something to you, okay? When I say I don't have friends, I don't have the traditional friends. I don't even need the friends. There's probably about 3 or 4 people I talk to, Army. I'm very proud of that. You see, the thing is, I choose my own company. I love my own company. Yeah. And when I said about friends, I said I'm not the kind of person who actually calls up and starts sharing things to people, because I don't rely on anyone. You've got to understand, Sarah, you and I come from different perspectives. And I know it's alien, and I know it's shocking. And I know straight away you would have now understand. You would have thought, oh, Yasmin is saying she doesn't have friends. But I want to go back to these phone calls. You gave me 2 missed calls. What's really odd is you gave me 2 missed calls and then quickly cut off. And I then found out later you were telling people, oh, I tried to call Yasmin. You had no intention of calling me, because we never had conversations. Secondly, when you said about Kelb or whatever, it wasn't Kelb. It was another individual who follows me, who was so anxious for me, so lovely. I know exactly who she is. She asked you to pass on her number to me, and it is only because she, I expect, pressed you saying, Yasmin is blocked, I can't get hold of her, please, Army, can you send her my mobile number, which you did do. That's when suddenly I heard your concern, which I now today publicly will say faux concern. All right, FAUX. It's not real.
Okay, you only do talk about this, and you want to help the poor and the needy and save the planet. It's because it's for clout. She said I go to her life for clout, right?
This is where it got dangerous, in the sense you have brought my company and Lovedesh, and that's why it's so serious, because we have a situation at Lovedesh, and it's this: anyone who attempts to destroy, sabotage, slander, defame me or the work I do at Lovedesh, they actually get put into the Hall of Trolls and evidence uploaded, because ultimately what you're doing is messing around or attempting to mess around with my mental health and to screw me over. Why would you? Because this is all public, Sarah. Army, this is all public. You've gone out publicly saying this. All because I had the temerity and audacity to send you a text that told you to stop bullying, or asking very kindly, privately, Army, why did you do this? Could you help me understand? Because Kelp came to me upset, and you were a fellow moderator. I recall having to strip you of your moderator status. Yeah, and I couldn't even understand, if you're looking to build your own community to some extent, why you wanted to be my moderator. Now I understand, because that's what you would do. You would immediately come into my lives, make it all about you. You would constantly harass me for your attention, and we'll come on to this at some point. You started inboxing as a question, oh, Yasmin, are you avoiding me? It's unhealthy. I didn't like it. I don't need friends. Do you see? I don't want that kind of connection with people. I don't need it. I stay away. I am my own person. All right? I don't like to be twinned or too close to anyone. And that is my healthy boundaries. But let's go back. You actually have now defamed, and you are using the quote mark. But this is the thing. It is the fact that I work for the poor, with the poorest. Yeah? not only have I won awards, I've been doing it for 10 years. And you would have been seeing, because you said to me, oh, Yasmin, I saw all your videos on YouTube. There's reams and reams, and here you are. It's just such a mean attempt. And you're showing the worst of your character. What on earth has possessed you? It's like I'm actually frightened as to how and what has been going through your mind. Just because of one text, this has kind of like unraveled you. And I was starting to suspect it. But let's carry on.
But you don't care. You don't have anything going. Oh, I speak Bangla. No, you don't speak Bangla. You can't. It's hilarious when you try to speak Bangla. You can't speak Bangla. Well, you give it a go. I respect you for that, but you don't speak it.
So that's a video that was done on the 13th of August at 11:03. Yeah. So now you are on the next bullet point, shaming and mocking me for my attempt to speak Bengali, right? Unlike you, I wasn't born in Bangladesh. Yeah. I made effort as a single mother, right, with my daughter on the hip, to actually learn Bengali. And I'm really proud. I don't need you. You can sit there, talk and mock me as much as you want. I'm really proud because here's the thing, Army. When I first met you, you were like, oh, it's so cute. Do you see? It's like you're two different people. Which is it? And like then you've just been heard saying, oh, I do respect it, but then you don't respect it. What is it that's wrong with my Bangla? Because as far as I know, Army, you and I know I managed to do an event at the Bangladeshi High Commission in London, and I won a pitch, and I got funding from the People's Republic of Bangladesh. And with the greatest respect, Army, if they accepted me, they find I'm good enough, I don't need your validation. I don't give a hoot what you think about my Bengali, because you're only saying it now because you're bitter, you're angry, and you're behaving like a 6-year-old girl. All right, it's arrested development, and I do have to be this tough on you because what you're doing is outrageous. But guess what? After that, I watched it all. And I didn't do anything. I just couldn't be bothered. Honestly, Army, I was like, you know what? I don't care. Because you got to understand, Army, you are at the bottom, right at the bottom. I've got bigger fish to fry. Yeah. And I'm very, very focused as the chief executive of Lovedesh, because right now I have a litany of horrific wars going on that are raging. Yeah. With big organizations and etc. But guess what? I then this week, people so disturbed sent me more screens, and here you are continuing to talk about me without my knowledge. But I'm going to wait for the surprise that I myself was shocked.
People find out that you're on universal credit, and then you beg people for money. You should, I think...
That laughter, that really nasty, mean, mocking laughter, and the universal credit, and shaming people who are disabled, okay, who don't have the ability to work. And also the other thing is, I haven't until recently, but thanks to you, actually, you've just reminded me I am going to do a crowdfunding, okay? Because I remember many times people have offered me money and I said, no, thank you. Yeah, no, thank you. But here we are. You've got someone called... Here we are. Let's have a look.
You miss me too much. You just can't help coming on my live. I knew it was Yasmin.
Coming on my live? Who's coming on your live, Army? Let's find out more.
Calling people blacks. Oh, you mean there's a little grammatic problem when...
I reached out to you and I had a phone conversation privately when I heard you saying, oh, the blacks. And I said, Army, I don't think you realise, but that is not correct and that's not okay. And as someone who you choose to be connected with, I'm just not going to put up with latent forms of racism, because that's what it is. All right. Your otherization, where you homogenize and you make black people into monoliths so that the blacks, yeah, right. You were talking about a group, and I remember reaching out to you, and that was another second alarm bell I got, because you then said to me something over the phone and we disagreed, and I actually was grateful to end the conversation, because I think I've only had about 2 conversations, I believe, in my life with you, one of which was discussing me reaching out, and I've got it in my text messages, okay, which I will try and find after we've gone through the videos of you slandering me on your TikTok lives, okay. But your opinion of black people was so disgusting and shameful. But I said to you, look, that was my private thoughts. That's why I reached out to you, because I think people can change. And as soon as I heard it, I said, Army, you can't talk like that. You don't say things like the blacks. And then you kicked off and started going on all about saying, oh, but it's not all. I mean, obviously. And you started talking in a way that is classic language, which is anti-black. Yes, you are. Yes, you are anti-black. And here's the thing. I am having to say that because you've brought it into your life, talking about why I got a bit concerned you saying the blacks, but I talked to you about that in a private conversation, certainly not in public. But you, because you've mentioned it, I have to give context.
You called me a racist, yet you call your family disgusting words, right?
What disgusting words? Hear me, look close at my lips, yeah? My Ali Nagar Chowdhury family are bullies, yeah? They're greedy, they're liars, they're thieves, all right? What is upsetting you about that? Because prior to our dispute, where I stood up and asked you and wanted to speak to you about why you were bullying and being nasty to a fellow moderator, until then, I was your biggest, you were championing me. You were like, go Yasmin, yeah? Your family is horrendous. Take them down, Yasmin. Take them down.
You mean black people? I didn't say people added to that. Your giveaway. You're such a disgusting troll of a woman. How sad are you? Hey, you're blocked now. You can come back with another profile.
Guess what? I mean, you're going to be shocked to realise that wasn't me. You do know I've got a stalker. Now, here's the thing. Half me suspects you also do know. Half me actually thinks, I wonder if you've set this all up. I have never been on your live. I wouldn't. I mean, I don't have time for people who, when I reached out to them in a private text message, who then go and subsequently block me. And I can tell you now, there are people whom I sent evidence that you blocked me on the day I believe you blocked me, so they know I've been blocked, nor have I set up any accounts. So the person who is the imposter coming into your lives is not me. It's probably my stalker making accounts. And here's the other thing, Army, I want you to know. I've had 2 instances where somebody has come in and said, are you and Army still friends? I've not commented on it because I don't talk about you, Army. I just don't have any interest. I have nothing, no connection with you whatsoever. It's utterly irrelevant. So I want you to know, whoever has been coming into your lives, it's not me. The last contact I ever made was that text message I sent to you on WhatsApp. So here's the thing, Army, who have you been talking to? Could you take a screen grab? Because here's what I'm going to do. I need to report that person to the Metropolitan Police. So do you see now, Army, why this is becoming quite an issue? Because you talking to this imposter, number 1, it's harassment of me. Number 2, it's slandering my good name. Number 3, I am already talking to TikTok, so I do need you to submit this information of who this profile is, because it will be in your blocked list. Yes, Army. So let's see if you're going to give me this information that I need, because this now needs to go to the Metropolitan Police. I'm not going to let it go. The fact that somebody came into your life pretending to be me. I also want to know who this person is. Do you not want to know? I also, of course, expect an apology, because I'm telling you now, it's not me. So we've also got Freddy.Alu Yasir, who is a moderator. Interestingly, when I go to look this TikToker up, let's just have a close look at who he is. Who is this person? Who's Yasmin? Right? Here we are. Who's Yasmin? I'm going to come to this moderator later. I've noticed that I can't find him because I think he's blocked me, because I'm like, who is he? And the reason he's a person of interest now. Let's carry on.
This woman, all she does is trashes her family, says disgusting things because she's a loser. Her family are successful. She says disgusting.
You think my family are successful, Army? But that's not what you said. So what's happened is you've clearly changed your mind. If you happen to think that people who bully others, the fact that I've been denied my inheritance and the fact that they destroyed a charity, all of which you know, they're successful, then who are you, Army? Who are you? I just now realise that all that niceness you projected, it's not true. I don't think it is. I just don't understand you. I mean, I don't even have time. I don't want to, but it's just a very disappointing. You're sitting there on the side. Please feel free. Go walk with them. Go and help them. All right, just know this. I'm not sure that Jasmine Chowdhury, my twin sister, is going to be very impressed when she finds out that you were the one who actually sent me the information and went and found her on LinkedIn and just looked at her. And because you looked at my twin sister, she then dropped you a message. Now that is now a big thing. All right, because as you know, I actually have taken action, but we'll come on to that.
She goes for disgusting everyone. She goes for celebs.
Oh, hang on, let's just...
She's a loser. Her family are successful. She says disgusting everyone. She goes for celebs. She goes for dignitaries, and she's a little nothing. Yeah.
So here's what's happening, because what you've got is let's have a look.
People find out that you're because Yasmin Havard accused me of fostering her followers. You want me to come? So I just don't, and she's now trolling me because I've blocked her from everything. When you accuse...
There you go. Evidence that you've blocked me. So if you've blocked me on WhatsApp, who are you talking to, Army? Because you're not talking to me anymore. It's not me. You're talking to imposters.
People of these type of things, there's no comeback. There's nothing more to say. What are you doing?
So look at some of these comments. Well, there's someone bad-mouthing Army. That's crazy. You never did that. Who's Yasmin? I had no idea there are people on Army's live talking.
It's so hot, my darling.
It's just weird. It's just, I don't know. I have to, here we are. Look, people. I don't know.
Are you wearing sunblock? I'm having lunch with my husband. So when I go for lunch, I'm going to switch this off because I want to spend quality time with him and not be on my live. Exactly, it's free space. No, she said that you can't share the same space, and she accused me of stealing her followers. And apparently, I went there on her live cloud when I gave her, when she had few people watching her, and
let's go this more. Hang on.
People find out that you're on universal credit, and then you beg people for money. You should. I think you miss me too much. You just can't help coming on my life. I knew it. It was Yasmin calling people blacks. Oh, you mean there's a little grammatic problem when you call me a racist? Yet you call your family disgusting words, right? You mean black people? I didn't say people added to that. Your giveaway. You're such a disgusting troll of a woman. How sad are you? You're blocked now. You can come back with another profile. She's so obsessed. This woman, all she does is trashes her family, says disgusting, because she's a loser, her family are successful. She says disgusting everyone. She goes for celebs, she goes for dignitaries, and she's a little nothing. Yeah. I'm going to put it on this way, and you can keep chatting, bitch. Keep this. Keep this going. No names, no nothing. Yeah, just go.
interesting. I'm starting to see a few user accounts with the underscore, which is mimicking. And you know what's annoying, Army? Just because of you and this setup, I can't even lie down, right? So this is taking time, because here's the thing. It's not you that I'm here to protect Lovedesh and my reputation. And I'm just annoyed I'm having to sit up. So you are actually impacting my health by having to do this. But here's the thing. I now see that there is someone who's coming in and he's got the typical underscore, which is so dodgy. But let's carry on, okay? So let's see what else is next. Here we go. All right. So
Did you know? Just there was a grammatic or politically correctness missing. I just said black. I didn't add people.
Army, you said the blacks. The blacks. I don't understand why you don't see that would be problematic. The blacks. You didn't say black folks or whatever. And then don't forget, there was a phone conversation where you started talking about how black people are more prone to crime. Yes, you did. That's why in that conversation I said, if you're not careful, Army, I would check that, because there's racist undertones. All right, it's actually anti-black, right? So let's carry on.
Because I didn't say that, she called me a racist because I said black person, didn't say black people.
So let's look at Freddie saying, oh my God, Lovedesh, Yasmin, stay away from her. She's not mentally right. So this is now the first evidence I've got that my brand, my company, has been slandered. All right. So here's the thing. You do understand that this immediately now is slander. This falls under the Malicious Communications Act. Yes. And you, Army, have gone and allowed and enabled others to slander me and Lovedesh, which is why I have to take action. Okay, carry on. Let's carry on.
So that's her, and that conversation was on the phone. So I don't know that Molly is.
So you've now admitted, Army, that conversation was on the phone, so it wasn't public. Do you see? You're tripping over your own words. I'm quite entitled to tell someone who wants to be connected with me in a private conversation if there are issues around their language use and how they talk about communities. It's just so sad, Army. So sad. What? It's just madness. You would do this. Why would you do this? This is...
Jasmine, she's obsessed with me. Avoid this woman because she's very dangerous. She talks about her family. She gives their names, their addresses.
The next lie. Their names and addresses. What addresses have I given out? That's a complete lie. I would never do that. They're my family. I would want to protect them, and that's why I actually haven't even gone fully public about what they've done, because I'm very worried when people find out what my family have been doing to some of the poorest, that there will be potentially retaliation, and I'm trying to protect them, which is why I've shut up and I even allowed them to destroy my charity. But you would have known that because I told you, Army. That's why I've shut up and I've taken the crap from them, because they know, I know that, you know what, we are waiting for me to go public, and if I do, then that is really everything being spilled out. But here you are spreading lies, and you seem obsessed. I cannot believe it. Why you keep talking about my family, and why obviously you want to be a defender of the Ali Nogo Chowdhury family, when you know and you've seen evidence, especially the poor rural village women in Bangladesh and what they did to them. But let's carry on.
She's so jealous because they're very successful and she isn't. She's still living off charity. She loves the good life, but she doesn't want to work for it. She says she's saving people and planet. She's doing rubbish, nothing. Just eats all day long in her bed.
You've again shamed me, attempted, because I don't feel shame. I'm just saying the reason I'm standing up is because I know you're going to do this to another woman, and you need to be stopped, okay? Because it's so disgraceful and malicious and nasty and cruel and mean. But here's the thing. You again have mocked me. You actually talk about me living off charity. That's not true. Okay. Yeah. Yes, I have. I'm quite happy to discuss this. Okay. There have been charitable donations made to me as an individual. Do you know why? Because I'm a victim of sexual assault. So what do you mean? Do you mean the therapy sessions that everyone knows I have Tuesday nights by the country's leading sexual assault and rape charity? Is that what you're talking about, that I'm living off? What is it, Army? What is it that upsets you so much? I mean, I just can't. It's really interesting though. I'll tell you this much, because this is an exercise on brown girl hate. Because I had the audacity.
Yeah, but so what? What's wrong being black? What's wrong being black? If I was in love with a black person, I would be in love. It's about
You're now, I'm just so lost. You're now like, oh, I'm so. Notice how you twist the conversation and how you've used a incident where I was asking you to check your language to suddenly show yourself as if you're really pro-black. I'm really confused, because there's people here saying, oh, but I'm from South Africa, I'm black, because what they've been doing is listening to your conversation, and they themselves are confused, and they're now probably thinking you're talking about someone who's racist. Because if you don't mind, Army, you seem very, very unclear. Your line of thought is a bit of a mishmash. And, you know, at 1 minute you're talking about a conversation we had on the phone. It just does not make sense, which is why people are being misled into thinking that perhaps this Yasmin character that you keep talking about is a nasty, vindictive, etc. And by the way, this is an open invitation to anyone who was on Army's live to come and discuss it. And actually, you're more than welcome. But of course, they need to see this evidence, because I'm not going to have someone talking about my work and my organizations behind my back because I stood up to bullying. Right? So let's go.
whether if you're Asian, brown, blue, yellow, green, doesn't matter. It's about having something in common, you know?
So what's interesting is, yet again, the amount of user profiles who've got the underscores, which is making me think that my stalker has been making mincemeat of you.
I talk about mental health, but her mental health is like, you need to have treatment. You shouldn't be allowed to go on social media and trash people like that. It's just, especially giving names out and addresses and stuff like that. That's really wrong. She does that too. She torments her family. She called her brother a murderer. I mean, can you imagine?
My brother was involved in an incident when he was 17, and I've talked about it before with regard to the issue I have about brown boys. And actually, it was involving the manslaughter of a gentleman who attempted to break and stop a fight. And for that, my brother was, I believe, he was a minor, but it was, I think, accessory to manslaughter or something. I can't remember. No, I've not called my brother a murderer, because he's not a murderer. Okay, I don't know if you understand legal definition, but murder is someone who has intent and has planned the killing of another human being. That is not my brother. So you've also now defamed my own brother. Okay. And here's the thing, you again have stated that apparently I've shared addresses. What addresses? Given that you know I'm the one who's being stalked and that somebody was attempting to spread my own address. But let's carry on. God, this is so boring, but needs to be done, unfortunately. Okay. Look at Freddie. Who is Freddie? I wonder if he's your...
This person just keeps coming on my live, and she said, don't come on my live. You have been, you come to my live for clout, and because I hit 10K, she just went crazy. And she was having depression of being fat. Well, you eat way too much. You eat 3 people's food in one go. You finish a whole chicken.
I finished a whole chicken. That was a TikTok chicken meal I did, and that's the one where you said truffle mayonnaise to Kelb, and it was my daughter's birthday dinner. And no, we didn't eat the whole chicken because the next day we made soup. And again, it's the umpteenth time you've discussed my eating habits and how you think that I'm depressed because I'm fat. No, I'm not depressed. I'm not depressed. I'm living my best life. Okay, so let's get cracking. Here we go, more.
Go on, go. Then you eat at midnight in your bed. It's disgusting. And then you're looking at me and asking me I know all about plastic surgery, indicating that I have done it. No, I actually move around, I walk, I work, I clean. I'm doing things. I need 5 people. So you're a guy. If you're like 5'3" and you stay in bed, you don't move, and all you do is trash people from your bed and eat, then don't blame for being fat. Don't blame anyone for being overweight.
How do you know I'm 5'3", Army? Is that because you've been looking me up in the actors directory and you've seen my height? It's like I've never come across, honestly, it's been years since I had, like, I'm thinking, have I ever, I just, no, I'm speechless. I just can't, I can't.
Why are you jealous of other people who are actually doing something about it?
Where's the evidence? I'm jealous, Army. I don't understand. I'm really pleased with you. You've got a fantastic, beautiful figure. I told you it's
Yeah,
that.
but then she is jealous that I'm
Eating
not.
pizza with garlic bread.
You know, she's
That's
really a
definitely my
jealous human
stalker who
being.
watches
You know, she
me.
tells how she wants to know people. She doesn't. As soon as she switches off live, she just wants me, myself and I. Me. She can talk for herself all the time. Boo. Get me some food, boo.
This is where it gets unacceptable. You've brought my daughter. You've mentioned my daughter's name and the nickname. How dare you? How dare you? You're such a disgrace, Army, and I really, really hope you get intense therapy, because what you've just, it's just unbelievable. Let's just go for that again. Let's go.
I feel so sorry.
Here, hang on.
Me, myself and I. Me. She can talk for herself all the time. Boo. Get me some food, boo. Get me coke, boo. I feel so sorry. Boo moves to her house. She tags along and then jumps in her bed. Hello, Angelina.
The ultimate sign of a narcissist, how your voice switched when you heard and saw Angelina stop in. You also know that the reason I went to my daughter's house is because I was told to by police, because I was being stalked, so I had to, and there was nowhere else because my daughter rents a room. I'm going to get straight to the point here. Okay, you have until Saturday 11:36 a.m. on the date that Martin Luther King did his I Have a Dream speech. It's the anniversary this Saturday, 28th of August. By 11:36 a.m, Army, I'm asking you to do a public TikTok apology, and you withdraw all the slandering, all the accusations, you post an apology, and you make it very clear that whoever was in your live is an imposter. I also want you, as the next bullet point, please provide me evidence of this imposter's profile, because that needs to be submitted to the police. Third, after the apology, should you wish, it's an invitation. I don't want any connection with you. Anyone who chooses to be in your live or follows you, I really don't want them following me either. I cannot begin to tell you. Anyone who follows a bully, anyone who follows a woman who's been that malicious and disgraceful cannot be anywhere near me. I'm really sorry. They're welcome. Finally, there were mutual moderators, and I made it all clear to all of them that should they moderate for you, they can continue to moderate for me. I don't want them anywhere near me, because I said you should go and moderate for Army. I don't need anyone. I'm quite happy to moderate by myself, but I want you to know that, Army, I send you love. You're deeply, really problematic, and everything that your husband, and this is the problem, because at the end of the day, I think deep down you're angry because you can't leave a situation. You are deeply a survivor of domestic violence. I really feel for you, but you don't want to change your quality of life. That's the thing. I did, and I've suffered the consequences for it, partly which explains my disability, partly which explains that I have a lesser life, but I don't, because I also have the life I'm leading. I am the chief executive of Lovedesh. I don't need women like you. So I'm now going to say to you, before I put all of those videos on full, and I want to go through the text messages to show people all the discussions we've had, by 11:36 a.m. British Summer Time, 28th of August, if you, Army, Sarah, have not withdrawn and done a public video of apology, then I am entitled to publish. This video goes live. I will also enter your profile into the Lovedesh Hall of Horrors, and I'm now going to play for you a film, because I have a mandate from the victims of Rana Plaza, who have made it very clear that anyone who hurts me or the work Lovedesh is doing is hurting them. And then we are planning to bring them to Lovedesh, and you will be sent an official invitation to meet with them, because they have asked to meet with anyone who attempted to destroy or hurt either me or the work. And just so you know how real it is, here we have the video. Okay, so let's just go and have a look. Bear with me while I play this video. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, I can't play it offline. Oh, I see. Okay, so let's go. Of course I can't. Hang on a moment. Sorry about this. I just don't have time. I'm not going to edit it. I don't have time. I've got to go, and here we go. Right. Here we are. Right, let's start with this. Okay.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. You need to check. Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Okay. Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. আপনি এক জায়গা ঘুরতেন, সবার নাম আসসালামুয়ালাইকুম। আসসালামুয়ালাইকুম। আচ্ছা শুনো, তোমাদেরকে একটু লন্ডন আমরা দেখাই।
So I want to skip to, let's see now, where is it? Is it this? Where do they all? Just have a look. You can go on YouTube here, and you can see. There you go. There it is. Let's play.
আমরা তো কোনোদিনও পাইনি। যদি এখন যদি সঠিক যদি যদি আমাদের একটা পাই, আমাকে ইয়াসিন আমাকে সাহায্য করতেছে, ওনার সাথে আমরা সব সময় ইয়াসিন চৌধুরী যদি আমাদের সাথে থাকে, আর আমরাও তার সাথে থাকবো, আর সে আমাদের সাহায্য করতেছে, সেদিন আমাদের আরো সাহায্য করতে পারে, এইটুকু আমরা চাই। লাভদেশের দুশমন আমাদের দুশমন, লাভদেশের ক্ষতি করছে তারা আমাদের ক্ষতি করছে, তাকে আমরা চাই না, তারা আমাদের শত্রু। আমরা রানা প্লাজার ক্ষতিগ্রস্ত ভিকটিমরা সবাই ইয়াসমিন ম্যাডামের সাথে আছি। আমাদের মেয়ে মরছে, আমরা কষ্ট পাইতেছি, এরা তোর কষ্ট পাইতেছে না।
I'm just going to leave it there because it's a very clear mandate from the victims of Rana Plaza. On the 24th of April 2013, 1,136 garment workers died. Many working mothers, some of whom were young female teenagers. One as young as 13, her name was Shamali, his body has never been found. Here's the thing, that is a clear mandate from them saying, you know what, nobody hurts Lovedesh, and if they hurt Lovedesh or Yasmin, they're hurting us. So I'm going to leave it to you, Army. And finally, in terms of the text messages, I will also, if necessary, because they were sent in a personal capacity, publish all the text messages, and I will certainly be publishing the text message that got me blocked and ghosted because you felt I was wrong for reaching out to you privately to talk about why you had been bullying and being so mean to another fellow moderator. On that note, I'm going to leave you be. I wish you all the best. And finally, no, I don't want direct contact with you, Army or Sarah. The only person I have contact is with your 18-year-old son. He's an adult now, and I suggest you get him to get in touch with me, and I'm more than happy to help. And here's the thing, Sarah, Army, I would urge you to, hopefully this is an incident to show how your husband's or whoever's toxicity has gone so far. I said to you that you need to be very careful. Don't go public, keep it private, work on your exit escape plan. Clearly it's unraveling you, but as much as you might be a victim and you're going through horrendous, no reason to treat other people with disgusting, menacing, horrific harassment and slander. Yes, it's a terrible thing you're going through, but what you have attempted to do is too shocking, and I do have to take action. And you went public, you chose to do this, and there are consequences to choices. So I'm going to leave it with you. 11:36 a.m. Army, I need you to apologize. I hope you do. It's an invitation. All right, I really wish you well, and if you apologize, that's it. I'll leave it. I have nothing but I wish you all the best. I want to see you flourish. I want to see you make it in life. I want you to have that brilliant life. I want you to go and swim towards better, faster, you know, beautiful shores. I know you're capable. You are a very beautiful woman. The only thing is you've left a very bitter taste in my mouth because I thought it was too good to be true. I remember saying to you, you're so good looking. You're a woman from Bangladesh. How can you be so nice? I was deeply concerned because I said I've never come across this, and I was so happy to have found you, but all of it was a lie. You're not who you say you are. You're none of those things in my experience. It is my genuine, honest belief, and I think it is in the public interest for people who follow you or others to know the truth of this dispute and why you need to stop talking about me behind my back, and why you need to help me report this imposter. All right, take care, much love.